How's it going, guys? My name is Alex.
Good evening.
And welcome to a review of my tactics, of my player builds, of my special individual instructions, everything that you requested me in one video. And I'm also gonna be covering my team on PS5, which I started playing, and I realized that every build that I have created on mobile fits my PlayStation team perfectly, so I'm using that on console. I'm gonna be showing you my teams on console too. So I'm gonna be talking about stats and additional skills of the players first, and then the actual player builds, if you're interested in that, I'm gonna be covering in the second part of the video. So let's start with Bellingham. Like, I made a separate review of English pack, and this is where the stats of the players and the builds of the players are. And with the 88 proficiency manager, this is what I get with this Bellingham: good dribbling, great passing, great finishing. I didn't touch defending, it's already in solid numbers here. And he is getting this pace stats, which I definitely decided to experiment and change. So speed of Bellingham on my PS5 account is slightly different. I'll be showing you my build there. And both builds are quite viable, and I gave him additional skills. Now he needs, I think, he needs, rather than heading, I will give him acrobatic finishing, and I will probably give him a heel trick too, so that he is a complete player. Or it can be a weighted pass in addition to that. So it's gonna be heel trick, acrobatic finishing, and I don't know. I'll decide whether I need to get rid of blocker, which is kind of nice, but not necessarily needed in this attack and midfielder position. Although, considering he has good defensive stats, it's nice. So this Bernardo Silva is, I feel like the build is perfect. I don't need to change anything. Passing is great, dribbling is great. I may consider giving him a little bit more acceleration to improve his offensive awareness, but I'm giving him attacking instruction. I'll be showing you that in a second. And his speed is also something that can be improved, but it's already taken. Look, also balance. Like, I realized that players with balance over 95, they're just like so difficult to tackle. And even if your dribbles are gonna be mistimed, opponent is just your player will be just easily avoiding these tackles anyway. So these are the skills. The only skill that is left is double touch, and I'm waiting for my 0 GP players to give me that skill to carry over. This is Mbappe, one of my favorite cards right now, free card as well. So this is the build that I kind of think that I'll be remaining, I'll be leaving it as is. I can definitely experiment a little bit and give him better tight possession and sacrifice a little bit of speed and acceleration. But realistically, I like this build as is, and I think I'm not gonna be changing anything. And this is, of course, with 88 proficiency manager. I gave him some additional skills. I think you can, obviously, there can be a conversation of giving him cut behind in turn. You can give him long range shooting, long range curler. You can give him heading if you want. Give him special double touch. But these are the essential skills for me. So on console, I have one touch pass and through pass. Here, I just don't get passes that often, so I'd rather get it on my other players. So this is Declan Rice. This is where we made him very solid defensively, good passing abilities. He can turn with the ball with this tight possession, and obviously this defensive awareness is nice. Would have wanted it 90, but can't get everything. But in my opinion, the most important thing about this Rice is that we get his speed to 80 and acceleration to 70. We try to drag it a little bit too. So physicality wise, he is great. And these are the additional skills. There are some more that are needed, in my opinion, so we can give him something like, I don't know, maybe through pass. That would be nice. Defensive-wise, I think all the skills are here. Very, very solid card. And yeah, weighted pass maybe if he doesn't have that. This Costa Curta is interesting because I don't remember my last video. I made a build on Costa Curta this time. I used this window when Konami was giving us free reset, and certainly when this free reset is gonna be dropped, I think it's gonna be happening like in 1 month or something. I will be retraining some of my players, but Costa Curta is not one of them because I am very, very happy about this Costa Curta. So I didn't touch dribbling and passing, I think, and I only improved his defensive awareness, and I changed and I made him like pacey and have good physicality and good jump, of course, in addition to that. So these are the additional skills on him. Very solid card, crazy card. And this is definitely like a center back build, like or defensive minded build. I don't mind him not having like 19 pace like this Saliba has. I would rather him to be able to like jump, and with aerial spirit, with 85 jump, he can do that. So this is Saliba. This is great card, man. Great defensive stats. He is pacey, has good acceleration. I think now I also want to share some tips on speed and acceleration. Many people ask me about that. I may be doing an additional video on that, but realistically it depends on the playstyle that you're using. Have an ability to make quick bursts, and for that having acceleration is a little bit more important. So in my opinion, this Saliba is not selling. He is from exactly to my expectations, is quite a tank. I must say that if I were to like choose between him and Maldini, I would still probably choose Saliba. I don't know. This Saliba is just like, there is nothing for me to blame on his performance. He's just fantastic. And I gave him additional skills like sliding tackle, fighting spirit. Sliding tackle, it just activates automatically. And so very, very nice card. So this Saliba is him definitely. But like I said, if you were to train this card and like you only play with long ball counter playstyle, I don't think that having speed in 90 is so important. I would rather maybe then improve acceleration, right? So retrain a card by giving him like 85 speed and at least like 80 acceleration, and see, maybe that will be working better for him. And this back end power, he can equally play with this build as a defensive midfielder or as a center back. And these are the stats. Crazy card. I use him as a center back because I don't have another reliable center back. And I may just play around and play like Costa Curta as a center back and Teo as a left back, and then this Beckenbauer can easily become a defensive midfielder, has all the additional skills, and these are the skills that I would use. Yeah, these are like a mix between the skills that are needed for defensive midfielder, like one-touch pass and heel trick, and also track back, sliding tackle. Like track back is very important for any player on the pitch, in my opinion. Just gives them more aggressiveness. And then, of course, aerial spirit and sliding tackle are nice skills for both defensive midfielder and a center back. And this Wan-Bissaka is crazy, bro. Like, I don't understand why are you even going for like, why people were like maybe they didn't have this Wan-Bissaka, right? So this Wan-Bissaka, and also as you can see, I give him additional position proficiency to center back, so now he can play as a center back. But it's not necessarily a good idea because his offensive awareness is very low. And it's gonna be showing, right? He's gonna be like positioned badly to intercept passes or something. So this is a great build for a right back, I think, because he is a menace, man. Defensive fullback, crazy pace, and good acceleration too. This is one of those instances where like this is where I would keep like this in every build. I think it's nice to keep the difference at least 10 points. Acceleration speed-wise. Speed is more important, but acceleration, don't forget about that. Because acceleration is what allows you to reach that top speed. It helps you to reach that top speed. And realistically, this is what people don't really pay attention to. But why builds of Suto, a Japanese pro, and why I pay attention to what he's doing with his players are so important, just because people think, oh no, Alex, why don't you give this Mbappe like 90 finishing? Or 95, why is his finishing so low? He's like supposed to be scoring goals for you. I think that his curl is already low, so you can't really make him exceptional at curlers, which is 80 for me would be nice. But I mean, then having finishing in 90, there is no benefit of having that if I can improve his pace, right? And then, for instance, you're trying to find with that piercing through ball, you're trying to find your forward, and it turns out that these passes are always intercepted. He's never on the end of these attacks. Why? Because he doesn't have that pace and acceleration, which makes these players run off the ball. AI is making this run. So if AI has enough of pace, they will be always on the end of this pass. If they don't have enough of pace and have fantastic finishing stat, what are you doing with that finishing if you're never in the position to score that goal? So these stats, pace, speed and acceleration are extremely important in my opinion. So speaking of additional attacker, this is my Neymar, crazy card. I really like him, give him good dribbling stats. I tried to drag his tight position as high as possible, and actually not bad at passing. I think I gave him like 1 point to passing. Finishing 85 for me more than enough. Curl is great. This Neymar is deadly, man. His speed and acceleration are great, 95, 95, and his balance is phenomenal. He's a menace, man, and I gave him additional skills, which in my opinion are the skills that I will never be changing. These are great skills. One touch pass, through pass. Yes, there could be an argument of giving him heal trick, but it just like maybe instead of long range curler, which are nerfed, and I think they're not really having that much impact on scoring inside the box. It's just like one of those skills that I don't really think that I really need. But I mean, changing it now, gambling, I don't really have skill tokens for that, so I'm fine. Speaking of Bernardo, now look, this is a premium card, but I was fortunate enough. This, by the way, it's a free team, right? So other cards are player of the week cards, free team, and the bench looking like this. This is Del Piero, one of my favorite cards as well. It's a shame that he's gonna be, his contract is gonna be ending very soon. Classic number 10, they changed the playstyle of the, like now they perform better and make better rounds. This is great in terms of dribbling. Finishing is 89, fantastic for me. Curl is 90, that's what's important. And his speed and acceleration are great, and his balance is 99. And this 99 balance is not a joke, I'm telling you. So there you go. This is additional skills on him. I made him a super sub player, and I bring him in the second half. I don't really give my players a lot of playtime. Second half, and I make the subs, right? Second half, these two players are being benched, regardless of the importance of the game. I just like to use my super subs, you know? This Wilshere, I don't really use him often, but he's a decent card. Good dribbling, good passing, decent defending, quite pacey too, right? Good acceleration, good kicking power, insane balance. I need to maybe give him additional skills, some additional skills. These are not exactly the skills that I want to have on him. I just was gambling here with the skill tokens. And some of the additional skills would be probably in a special double touch, right? Flip flop would be nice. And I would like to give him some defending skills. So I already started doing that by blocker. Interception would be perfect. And then using him in position of Modric here. If Modric is like on a yellow arrow or something, this Wilshere can step in. And this is Modric. Also, this card is very rare, and it's a fantastic card, as you can see. Great dribbling, and I think it's Neymar's dribbling, like very close to what Neymar has. And this is pace 99. Balance is a little bit low, yeah, but look, I gave him some additional skills, and he's a super sub. And I gave him positional proficiency, so now he can play as a center forward and as a left midfielder if I choose to use him there. This Isak is crazy. Like, I made a Division 1 speedrun video with this Isak. He has been insane, and I actually use him as a super sub, but then I realized he is so good, and I just decided to scrap that super sub skill. I was gambling, and instead of super sub, I got through passing, which is great. And now I can, depending on the condition, either Mbappe or Isak are starting. So this Maradona is also a nice card. It's just like I need to give him maybe a special double touch. I think I gave it to him. Yeah, I gave him special double touch. Aerial's Purity, it was just recently that I gave him additional skills. So I think what he needs is only one touch pass, and he's going to be a complete player. Aerial's Purity is a crazy skill. I would like to have it on all players who have at least some jump. And this Maradona has some jumping abilities. He is not the paciest player, but he's fantastic in terms of balance and dribbling, and he can finish, he can pass the ball. My build on Maradona on console is slightly different, I'll show you that later. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I need to use him more. It's a fantastic card. And with Aerial Purity skill, he's winning headers and contesting headers with Saliba and the other defenders of my opponent. Crazy. And this is a build on Ruben Neves. I decided to downgrade some passing skills on this card and improve his defending skills and slightly boost his pace. As you can see, his kicking power is also nice, and his balance is okay now. And yeah, he needs additional skills. These are not the skills I want to have on this card. I want to have defensive skills like interception, blocker, and maybe man marking, and then one touch pass and through pass. So surprisingly, he has all the passing skills except for two most important ones. And then it's going to be a complete card. I'm going to be using him more often. These are player of the week cards, no need to train them. Pedri, and they are fantastic, by the way. Pedri and Hamas, great, crazy cards. This is Alphonso Davies, and I use him actually a lot when I want to play offensive left back or when I'm playing my chaotic setup. I'll show you that team as well. I just made a video about that, where we're crazy team. And this is where we give him a lot of points into dribbling and improved his passing. And he's still pacey and has a nice balance too. And additional skills, I gave him a few. He needs a few more, and we'll be building him into a nice card. And this is Petit, another like lucky pull. I was going after Schmeichel. I got this card in 900 saved coins, so I'm not complaining at all. So this Petit is getting good passing skills, good dribbling skills, but most importantly, it's good defending skills, and he's quite pacey. So I definitely rely on this player when I need to intercept the ball in the middle of the park. I gave him some additional skills. I think he only needs through passing too, yeah. But without through passing, that weighted pass skill is kind of like helping a lot. And this Kunde card, I trained him as a center back, or if I'm playing him as a right back, and both I would say even as a center back or right back, I would be giving him deep line or defensive command so that he is not joining the attacks. And because of this extra frontline playstyle, it just helps this player to join the attacks with ease. And it's not something that I really want to have at times. And yeah, still nonetheless, well, look at this crazy defensive stat. This is a free card. Can you imagine that? Everything you need in one free card. And jumping is 92. For those saying he is short, this jumping stat is crazy, and he has already this aerial superiority. I gave him some additional skills. Strike back is the only important one. Others were carried over from another card. On this John Stones, also I carried over my Man City, rare Man City Cancelo card. And just so that I can use him, and I can use him as a defensive midfielder too. This England pack is actually, there's a few nice cards in here. Look at these defensive stats distributed so evenly. And he's just as fast as Declan Rice. And I would say he is actually even better than Declan Rice defensive-wise. I might be scrapping, like taking Declan Rice out of my team. Is this Stones performs just as good? This is a crazy card. So Declan Rice definitely has slightly better, I think, tight possession and low passing stats. But defensively, this Stones is crazy. Now the downside is he doesn't have these defensive stats, so that's why I carried over my Cancelo. And with that, I gave him block and marking and no-look pass. So only thing that needs to be taken off is no-look pass. I will try to give him aerial superiority instead. And then one additional skill would be probably something like, I don't know, through pass, one-touch pass. There's so many things I can give him, fighting spirit, whatever. So very, very solid card. And obviously that Stones can play as a defensive midfielder and as a center back. Good utility player to have. So now speaking about the individual instructions. So this is my main team. That's where I actually care about individual instructions, so I can share. But the principle would be the same for many other teams if I'm playing similar setup, like 4-2-2-2. Very reliable, I like it. I got in Division 1 with possession with this one. Very solid. So defensive and deep line are both applied on Rice, which I think might be a little bit of overkill. It's just like to ensure that this box-to-box playstyle is not activated at all, and he is acting as an anchorman. Now my attacking is on Bernardo, and then I think if I really want, I can give counter target on this Neymar, and I see if his playstyle of deep line forward is not activated, he's not dropping down, and he can play 1-2 with Mbappe and make runs forward. It's not necessarily the case, but this is pretty much the... I mean, I can of course go and give Modric attacking as well, and it works very nicely. I gave it to Ruben Neves previously, and Ruben Neves was really engaged in attacks. Just his finishing letting me down, but this Modric is a crazy card, so I definitely can give him that attacking command, and he's going to be joining the attacks, and he will be in the positions to score goal. Just like keep in mind that you're going to be a little bit exposed, so that's why giving defensive and deep line on Rice, and you can even give him another special instruction, which is like anchoring, right? And gives him, ensures that he is not moving to the right or to the left, always staying in deep. I don't know, man. It's a little bit overkill, I think. Defensive is more than enough on him. So this Modric with attacking will be making runs and helping my attackers. Very, very solid. This is the... I'm going to be sharing you the player progression at the end, just like I promised. So this Chaos FC, another team that I was talking about, this were my... Davis is playing, and this is usually I use that with long ball counter. The players are the same. So let's talk about the boosted players, which is something that people are excited. I definitely want to experiment. This Sonny there's the build of Sonny where I give him good dribbling, decent finishing, right? Curl is 90, cool. Blitz Curler is not necessarily activated with that regular Blitz, curl stat, so it's fine. And then speed and acceleration and kick and power. The kick and power 99. I think kick and power is what is helping you scoring Blitz Curlers or like creating trouble for the opponent's goalkeeper. I may actually retrain this card and give him slightly less speed, but improve acceleration to improve that attack and awareness. So it is like also boosting his balance. His balance is gonna be now 80 something, 85, 83, 82, something more. So because when he's dribbling and turning, he's like feeling like a truck a little bit. Very difficult to dribble with him. And yeah, balance I feel like is more important stat. The Sheva. Oh yeah, additional skills on Sonya, of course. Additional skills are important. I will never be changing anything. I like the skills. Giving him special double touch, ability to pass the ball, through pass, one-touch pass. The Sheva, I didn't change this build. I feel like the Sheva is, I mean, it's a good card, but I feel like even the free Mbappe is just like can rival him. This balance is quite low, and he's feeling a little bit heavy on the ball, and it just shows after you can use so many different cards, you're spoiled. Konami giving you so many good cards for free, and these are the additional skills. It's just like Sheva has this clutch ability of scoring long rangers and goalkeepers, just like, especially on console, it's just like such a deadly card. This Mbappe, Messi, I retrained him when there was a progression reset to make him a better winger, and for that I made him pacey. So he has 91 speed, 97 acceleration, good kicking power now because of that speed, good balance, right? So it's a crazy card. Some people have noticed that when opponents are trying to slide in tackles, Messi is just like jumping, and not only Messi can do that, but just like goes to show that balance helps him evade the tackles. And additional skills, I may give him some additional skills again later when I have the skill tokens and GPs. This is Kaká. These are the stats of Kaká, and yeah, crazy card. Good speed, and it's just like a shame he is not whole player. But if you want to make your Kaká a whole player, just give a special instruction, make him attacking. And this is how my Kante is looking like. Crazy card as well. You see, out of all this like quick, quirky, aggressive, short defensive midfielders, Davids is my favorite card. I don't know what, there's something in this Davids, man. I just like, he's crazy. I may need to use a Kante more often. I gave him a few skills, but this Davids is crazy, bro. He's a warrior on the pitch, and even though he's short, he has the jump. Somehow he's reaching the ball. Maybe just because his acceleration is so high, you know? And now I realize that why I like this card, just like because when I want him to be in a certain part of the pitch, he just like accelerates and he is there in no time. Maybe I should try to retrain my defensive midfielders to have more acceleration, you know? Yeah, this is a crazy, crazy card. And he actually can pass the ball too. I didn't even give him additional skills. I need to train him better. This Beckenbauer already covered him. Speaking of defenders, this Cannavaro is also like a trampoline man. He just like jumps like on a trampoline, wins all the headers. Don't worry that he's short and he has the skills. I think I gave him some Marcelo. This Maldini, brother Maldini, crazy card as well. It's just like I rarely use this team, but when I do, this Maldini is very reliable center back. Some additional skills on him, and this Bergomi as well, crazy card, and can be equally played as center back. Fantastic stats, very fast, and he has some additional defending skills, which can now I can easily play him as center back without any regrets. And and this is Romário de Souza Faro, crazy card. I definitely a super sub as well for me, so I definitely have like a there's a justification why I'm benching him, but it's just like this offensive awareness it just shows that he's always there when you need him to be. Good pace numbers, okay balance. This is actually not the best version of Romário. I think there are better ones out there, but because of the super sub effect, I feel like He's helping me get these Ws. Now this Pizarro, I'm not necessarily using him a lot, but these are the stats and these are the skills. Yeah, Rising Shot, I just randomly give him 1 skill. And this is one of my favorite cards and gems as a super sub. He is crazy good, and he's actually a whole player too. And this dribbling is insane, and I boosted his passing and slightly improved his finishing. Well, this finishing is quite low, but this pace and the fact that he's a whole player, just like, I mean, he's gonna be in the right place in the right time all the time. And I also gave him these passing skills so that now people who are saying Danielson is good for nothing, guys, he has now curling abilities, has the outside curler by default, and he has scored some nice goals for me, and he has that super sub skill. So in the second half, I introduced him when my Sony is started. This Ronaldinho is also a fantastic card. So great dribbling, right? Good finishing, insane curl, and it's just the only downside, he's kind of slow. But I try to improve that and use as many points into that as possible. Give him some additional skills. Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy card. And yeah, and also gamesmanship skill is nice because he's going to be winning free kicks for you. Even if you like mess up dribbles, opponent is gonna be barging into you. There's a chance that you're winning the free kick with him. This Neymar, I just realized that this is one of the most impressive cards in my team, just because of how the ball is with this tight possession. This is like underrated. Tight possession 100, you definitely feel it, bro. I mean, my other Neymar, free Neymar, 86 tight possession. It's just like his dribbles are nice, but the ball is loose all the time, and the opponents can easily tackle you. This Neymar is crazy, bro. Like, he is definitely him. And this curl is 91. I mean, double touch and curl with this card is insane. He's fast, he has great balance. I don't think I'm gonna be ever retraining this card. In fact, what I want to do is just give him additional skills. Yeah, just like I feel like I'm guilty benching these cards, you know, they're very good. The right card also, I don't really want to bench him. I just noticed I played some divisions games with him, and he was getting nutmegged so many times, and I was like wondering, doesn't he have like blocker or something? And he's fast, he has great jump, great defense awareness, great physical contact. Just like out of sudden, he was getting nutmegged all the time, and he has blocker and interception. I was worried that maybe he doesn't have that, so he was selling me a little bit, and I don't know why. This Tomiyasu as well, I think he was lacking aggressiveness or something. Yeah, he's 94, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm bad at defending on classic controls, but wasn't really that impressive for some reason for me. But yeah, if he's on a green arrow, I'm definitely gonna be starting him. Look at the stats, crazy, bro. Crazy card. Crazy card. And he also has some dribbling and some passing abilities, which is nice, because you can obviously use that to your advantage. And yeah, pass the ball, control the ball, and building attacks from defense is nice. This Cafu, I sacrificed my Bernardo Silva to make sure that this Cafu has a special double touch. That's like old nominating contact Bernardo Silva. Now that I have short-time Bernardo Silva, I need to give him double touch somehow. But this is great card. I made him like a box-to-box player with good defensive abilities, crazy pace, right, and good dribbling. And I gave him this additional skill. So he has the passing skills, has the defending skills, and he has, yeah, through pass would be nice. Unfortunately, we don't have here a through pass ability. In fact, if I were to replace something, I think track back in favor of through pass. Yeah, but it's difficult because I'm never getting through passing skill token over here. Just so difficult to get. This Snyder, crazy card. It's just like the only downside to these cards is that they don't have these defensive abilities, and sometimes you want to defend from the front, and they're getting nutmegged. The passes are going through them out there as if they don't exist. So the new Snyder, that's whole player, and that's why I built that whole player with good defensive abilities, and people were complaining about that because I was using this Snyder for the longest time, and the only downside to this card is that he cannot defend. And in these positions, or even a position of attacking midfielder, you kind of want a player to defend, you know. But this is an insane card, man. Great balance, great dribbling, great passing. In fact, I might want to downgrade passing a little bit and give him even better pace or balance, you know. But yeah, I gave him additional skills. These are nice skills for a player like him. And this is my Hunes, tax evasion fraud, fraudster. And these are the dribbling skills, good passing, decent finishing, but most importantly, we boosted his pace and acceleration so that he can run. And yeah, it's just like, even if you're using him as an attacking midfielder with these pace numbers is something special. You gotta try attacking midfielder like that. And I gave him some additional skills as well. Very nice card. And yeah, I don't know what this Stones is doing here. But this Ambrosini is also an insane card. He acts like a whole player at times, but he's a destroyer. Just runs into the box, provides me with the scoring opportunities. I gave him good passing abilities. He's good at defensive wise, but he is definitely a pace card. Just like all-arounder, very nice all-arounder. I may give him some additional skills when I have the opportunity. This check, now that I have pulled, I'm lucky enough to get, what's that, Diogo Costa, the penalty save record holder in the knockout stages of the Euros. I will be using him. This check expires in 4 days. GG's, scored 8 goals, assisted 1, interestingly. But it's on stats on paper, it's a crazy card, but the amount of haulers, I'll be posting more shorts videos, and amount of haulers that he actually was the culprit of. I mean, I don't know, man. There's something, it's probably a jinx card for me. And yeah, this is the boosted team. There is no like special instructions that are interesting for you. But if I were to use them, it would be the same as in my previous build. This is Premier League team, where some new players would be someone in the comments suggested me to send this Barco. Insane card, bro. Fullback finisher. Look at the stats. This is just like Cancelo, and even better, and then some. He has the passing skills, has double touch, has defending skills. You need to give him interception, maybe man marking, I don't know, some blocker, some defending skills, and he's gonna be Gucci. And yeah, other cards are either player of the week or you already seen them. This Pink Rashford is also decent. I gave him some additional skills, and he is definitely a crazy super sub for me. Crazy fast, decent balance as well. Okay dribbling, and yeah, just one of those difference makers from the bench. Another card that might be interesting is, I think, this Diaby. Oh, it's player of the week. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, this Kevin De Bruyne, I decided to try my luck. One try in the national, international, whatever, pack for the Euros, and I got this Kevin. Gave him good stats. The thing is, like, he is very slow. That's the biggest downside, actually. The player of the week, Kevin De Bruyne, the whole player, is him, man. He has like 85, 88 in pace acceleration. It's a crazy card. And this Odegaard, I rarely use him just because he doesn't have this clutch skills like double touch, I would say. And he's kind of slow. I tried to improve that, but yeah. I tried to give him some skills though, like already started building something here. This Wilshere already covered him. This Park, interesting card as well. Kind of like it. And I built this card so many times, and I still not sure if I'm using him correctly or I don't know, man. This card is all over the place, and it's just like, I think if I'm playing 4-4-2, playing him as a left or right midfielder is nice because he has the pace, has good defensive abilities, and he can pass the ball. So that's, yeah. I gave him some nice skills though, so he can be of use here. And this is Casemiro. And this is a crazy card, and I actually made him compatible with a center back position, so I might be trying him more as a center back. Look at his defensive skills. He's not the fastest center back, but he's definitely equipped with all the skills, and he has all the passing skills, and he has decent passing in general. I rebuilt him to be a center back, in fact, but even then he has good passing skills and okay ball control, so I can use him as a center back. Very nice, I like it. And there is Rafa Varane. This is okay defender. The aggression is low. Give him track back, he's gonna be more aggressive. And I haven't given him any skills here. And Wan-Bissaka I covered that already in the previous video. So yeah, this is anyone else? Yeah, this is pretty much the teams. I can show you a few other teams, like Serie A, for instance. Maybe there are some new players here that I haven't covered. Yeah, this is a fantastic card that I should be using more, but the problem is that he's rarely getting like, yeah, only 91. Bruh. That's a crazy card actually. Look at this dribbling stats, good finishing, and he's crazy fast and good balance too. Insane. I should be using him more, and he's a super sub too, I think. Oh no, I can give him a, yeah, I was thinking about giving him a super sub skill. So some other cards in here that might be interesting. This Teo, I actually plan on using him. I just need to give him double touch to, just in case, so that he can dribble a little bit. So currently my Davis is perfect. I give him special double touch. He has the defensive skills and he's tall. So what I like in my right and left backs, so Teo and Davis are 184, 195. They're very tall and they're going to be winning headers. And winning header, even in left back or right back position, is also important, you know. So additional skills are needed on this Teo. But the build is nice, he can defend, and definitely he can run with the ball, which is exactly what you want from your left back or left midfielder. And this is the card that I'm gonna be trying more in my other team. Look, you got Teo from the French pack, but that Teo is slightly worse. This Teo is better, so just in case I compared it, did the work for you. These guns, I mean, nothing special here. I didn't give him additional skills, I think, yeah. Just like a good impact player maybe in the second half. This Hitarian, I mean, he's a decent player, but he just like, okay, he's not too shabby actually. You know what? I should be using him more. Wait, I was thinking he was kind of slow. Oh yeah, this build I sacrificed finishing, so he can't finish. But other than that, he's great dribbler. No double touch. Yeah, that's another downside to this card. So also another card that I could be using him here is Alexis Sanchez, and I'm not sure if I made a build on him. Let me see. Yeah, I made a build on Sanchez. So this is the Sanchez build. Actually stats, right, without the manager boost. Very nice. I like it. I mean, the only downside is he's not really pacey. 86 speeds and 90 acceleration though. But crazy balance and good dribbling. And his kicking power is insane. Kicking power is going to be like 92. And he doesn't have like double touch, but it's a nice card. Like nice memories, you know. And there you go. This is pretty much the builds. This Barella, free celebration Barella, a very fun card. Good in terms of dribbling and yeah, good defense awareness, good speed. I mean, it's a nice card overall. And I gave him, you see, gave him through passing, gave him nice skills already. I think it was automatically given to him. This is what I did with Kostic, featured Kostic. I'm not sure if that's the card that I'm gonna be using a lot. It's like a crossing merchant, as you can see, according to the stats. Easily, like, he wasn't even trying, he was getting that without any, without any effort, he was getting these passing stats. I was trying to improve his speed and acceleration, and now it is very respectable here. And yeah, I might be using him in Italian ones very soon. Cup Miners, this is the build of box-to-box player, very solid. Before I was opening these packs with Rijkaard and other overpowered defensive midfielders and Ambrosini, I was using this Cup Miners in Italian ones. He was a very reliable player. Maybe like not the fastest, but he was doing the job, you know. And yeah, there we go. This is the Cardo Guendouzi, and he actually was a nice impact player for me. And he has good passing abilities, good defending, not the fastest as well. Yeah, if I was to rebuild, I think pace is such an important factor in this. I would be giving these cards more pace, I think. Okay, so this is Bastoni as well, a free card, insane card. It's just like, my Saliba is so solid, I don't need an extra frontman. And I think when it comes down to extra frontman players, this is where this Bastoni is inferior to Koundé, because Koundé is just faster, man. He might have not this good physical contact, but Koundé is jumping, so he's winning this. And I gave, you see, gave blocker to Bastoni, gave heal trick. I think it was randomly given. And this Danila, I think this is the best version of Danila. Now, Danila gets player of the week cards from time to time, but the problem is those that he either lacks like this defense awareness and other defensive stats, or he's slow. So what I try to do with this card is make him faster, and I'm not going to be using him as a center back, but as a right back, yeah, that can be an argument. Yeah, he can pass the ball. he can run. It's a nice card overall. So this is the Italian team. And I think I'm gonna be showing you now my Spanish team. And then I'm going to be showing you what's up with my players on console and giving you the actual builds on the players. So I just recently signed this Toni Kroos. I decided that since he's leaving professional, he's retiring, leaving Real Madrid, and Konami is gonna be doing something dodgy to these players, like removing them or nerfing them. I decided to sign him right now. It's not necessarily the starter in my Spanish team, even though he is right now, but I would prefer someone who has better defensive stats there, or someone who is faster. Even though I tried to improve this card to the best of my abilities, I boosted his speed, acceleration, it's still kinda low, right? But he has a lot of passing skills, it's a nice card, like also for memories. I think it's nice to have him. This Modric build, right? So I got this Modric, I think it was like my first or second try in one of the featured cards. Packs. I was, I'm happy about that, you know, because my other Modric is expiring a lot. I need to prolong him. If I choose to use this one, it's a solid card. The only downside is that this Modric has no finishing, unlike my other cards, and he's slower and he's worse defensive-wise, and he is a little bit, yeah. Also, like, don't forget that this is 87 proficiency manager, so most of the stats are not boosted to 90, right? So when I trained this Modric, I wanted to make sure that his dribbling is 90, right? So with Xabi Alonso, for instance, his dribbling is 90 there, and some other stats are boosted, like this balance is also 90. Other cards in this team, Camavinga. Look, Camavinga, there's so many builds. I don't know, man. For me, it is difficult to find the best build. This is like attacking, I think. Yeah, this is like a nicely balanced build. He can pass the ball, he can dribble. I didn't really decide to build him like a very attacking or very defensive, like a balanced build. And I gave him some additional skills, so I care about this card, you know. It's a nice card, and I don't regret saying it at all. Eder Militao, like, I think I didn't give him additional skills, and he needs some. It's an okay card. It just like, the downside is just like, I don't know, somehow it's just like all over the place. Even though I should be using him more, you know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I should be trusting him more. Eder Militao should be him. Other cards in this one, Maradona, free Maradona. Many people, oh yeah, I already covered that in the previous team. I think Dobik deserves a shout. Look, many people got Dobik, like, player the card for free. This is not the best version of Dobik. The thing is, like, he has a lot of good skills. Super sub through passing, outside curler. I don't know, man. I don't want to carry over this card, but they're kind of tempted. This Kubo, you guys, if you play the Blue campaign, you could have gotten him. Very solid card, dribbling wise, and good speed, good acceleration. And I think I didn't give him additional skills. Not good speed, actually. You know what? For attacking midfielder, good. If you're playing him as a winger, I mean, not good. Other players, this Rudy, I mean, destroyers in general, or this Rudy, there's something in this card, just like, he just sells me so much. I don't know what, maybe it's defensive engagement that is low. It is 90 with another manager, though. He is quite pacey, but good jumping, good physicality. Just like, sometimes I feel like when I need a defender, and there's like a gap, and there's like, I noticed that it was Rudiger who made this gap out of nowhere. This Alaba, again, you can give him so many different builds, and he can play in so many different positions too. It's just like, I feel like I gave him a very balanced build, and kind of like more to be able to play as a defensive holding midfielder or a left back with like defensive additional defensive instruction, and I'm gonna be giving him additional skills because he needs them. This Cancelo, I decided to sign him just because I carried over my other Cancelo, and naturally, like, look, I need Cancelo before he leaves into some fraudulent team and they nerf him, and that Cancelo, look, it's gonna be 19 dribbling, 19 tight possession for this Cancelo, good passing abilities, and he's quite pacey. He will have 88 pace. He gets 93 acceleration already as is, gets decent balance. It's not a bad card at all, not too shabby at all. And yeah, this is pretty much it. This is also another card of Jimenez. I just feel like despite having fantastic stats, just like doesn't really perform that well for me. Again, maybe that has something to do with destroyers and the way they behave in the pitch. I just can't trust them. So these are the builds. Like other players in this team are probably the weak players. Like Mexican, I'm not sure if anyone is interested, but you can check it out in my other video. I'll be linking it in the description because I already covered that and I wasn't really retraining anyone. And yeah, now let's check out how my players on console are looking like, and I'm gonna be giving you the progression as well after this. So here is my kind of like experimental team on console. So the difference is that I think I gave another build to Bellingham, so I'm gonna be showing you the build now. Player actions, player progression. So as you can see, I gave him more points to lower body strengths, thus improving his speed to 86, and downgraded. I think I sacrificed a little bit of dribbling for that, or maybe even acceleration. No, I think it was dribbling. Passing is nice, finishing is nice, yeah. So I mean, it's a very nice card, man, regardless of the build. I think even if you auto-allocate, and that's also a big important thing, is that even if you auto-allocate, Konami is programmed in a way where these people also should be supposed to be getting good experience from the game. It's just like something that inside the game that I kind of like more, and I just like maybe fine-tune the cards to my preference. So this Theo Hernandez, since he's like fullback finisher, I gave him 70 to finishing with this build, and decent passing. He's still pacey, and this is where additional instructions on this team would be looking like this. I gave attacking on this Theo, I gave defensive on Diakite, which is pretty much probably a not really good idea because he's already defensive fullback, but just in case. And I gave deep line on this Rice, and I gave deep line on this Rice twice, did I? Oh no, crazy. Yeah, I might be given, if I were to, I mean, I may as well give something like counter target on this Maradona, so he just like hangs around in the box more often. And I could give, instead of giving defensive on this Diakite, I could give attacking on any player that is my attacking midfielder here, just because they are gonna be making better runs. And since these players are whole players, there is no need to give them attacking. So both Bellingham and this Xavi Simons, which, just in case if you're wondering about the build, this is how the build of Xavi Simons is looking like. And it's a crazy card, very nice, I like it, me gusta. And yeah, he has that special phenomenal pass skill, and he can pass from awkward positions. Other cards I build the same as I did on mobile, I think, and there's not much difference. I think my Maradona has a different build, so let's take a look at this one. He has player progression, looks like this. Yeah, very nice. So this is the team, and let's see the substitutes. This Messi card, this is how I would be building this Messi if I will be training him for mobile. I just like don't really need that, because I mean I have a different version of Messi and I don't really use these cards that often, and it's still a fantastic card, right? And I don't even, the only reason I'm benching him is just because my Xavi Simons or Maradona are kind of like more exciting, you know. Then this Neymar, I have the same build as on mobile. This Foden, I think this is actually a different build, and it wasn't really my purpose to give him that build. It just happened to be that I just was building him. I didn't have enough of trainers, so I was building him. Just like I added him some points, and then I added a little bit more, and I've ended up with this build, which is actually kind of decent, you know. Okay, passing, good dribbling, and decent balance, good acceleration, good speed. Look, he is not necessarily the fastest player in this game, but he does the job. Other players are player of the week, as you can see. I was lucky by pulling this nice player of the week card. This trend, I think, is the same as my, like, look, all the England player builds. If you're interested, check out my England players review build. I think I just do the same on console as well. I didn't have enough of trainers to build this card to the max. This John Stones, I think he has a lot of potential, and the build is, I think, is going to be the same as on my mobile account as well. So yeah, this is the team on console. So now, oh yeah, Dan Burn. Some people are wondering. Dan Burn and Diakite are built different, man. These are crazy cards. And this is Dan Burn's progression. At Jam, man, you can sign these cards now, and you can use them and play in competitive scenarios. It's just like when I want my right back, what I want from my right back is to be a little bit more technical on the ball. That's the only downside, and that's my fault, man. I made this build only to be able to defend, tackle, and get rid of the ball as fast as possible, which is like in that's what he is good for. And the 19 points to defend and 1 to goalkeeper and to improve his jump to 82, I think, with the manager boost. So very, very nice card. So yeah, I'm gonna be now clicking on the cards and giving you player progression. And if I skip a card for some reason or something, you just, I don't know, some players that I've shown you, you can just go to Football Hub or any other eFootball DB, PES Master, whatever site of your preference, and just train these cards, assuming that you're using 88 proficiency manager all the time, and achieve the stats that I've shown you. And also a reference, I didn't really change much, so a similar video is on my channel as well, you can check it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be just now clicking on the cards and showing you the builds, so that you can see all the highest rated players in my team, all the player progressions. And hope you enjoyed this video. It's a long one, I know, but now it answers all of the questions about my builds, about my tactics, my formation, what I prefer to use, and it's working, man. I mean, I've been facing very good opponents, top 100, top 10. We did Division 1 speedrun with full free team. And we definitely, I mean, it was nice, you know. It was nice, given that I achieved that with classic controls and with advanced controls, with different playstyles, quick counter, long ball counter, and possession. And I want to do more, you know. I want to now play outward, I think. So yeah, these are fantastic cards. So yeah, there's gonna be just me clicking on the cards. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time. Peace.